Hi, this is Miss Davis, principal at Gala. I'm happy to be here with you today to read a story for Black History Month. So, a story that I have for you comes out of this book called Five Bold Freedom Fighters. It is written by Wade Hudson and illustrated by Ron Garnett. Today, I'm going to be reading to you a story about Richard Allen. Do you know about Richard Allen? Okay, great. Some of you do, and some of you don't. But we're going to hear a little bit about him today. You ready? All right. Ted our turtle is ready. Let's get started. Richard Allen, born 1760, died 1831. First national Black leader. It was a November day in 1787 in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Richard Allen and several of his friends entered St. George's Methodist Episcopal Church to attend services. The group headed for the seats that had been set aside for blacks. Right away, a sexton, a church officer, pointed them upstairs to an area called the gallery. Richard and his friends thought the order was strange. They had always been allowed to sit downstairs in special chairs along the walls of the sanctuary. Now they were being directed upstairs. However, no one protested. They simply obeyed. As the group walked to the gallery, a church leader began to pray. Richard and his friends stopped and kneeled. "You must get up. You must not kneel here," the sexton said. He tried to pull Absalom Jones, a member of the group, to his feet. "Wait until prayer is over," Absalom whispered. "No, you must get up now," the sexton insisted. "Wait until prayer is over, and I will get up and trouble you no more." The angry sexton beckoned for other church members to assist him, but the prayer soon ended. Richard, Absalom Jones, and the others walked out of St. George's Church and never returned. Their response is believed to have been one of the first protests by free blacks in America. A few years later, Richard Allen would establish one of the first churches for blacks. And he would earn the title Father of the Black Church. Richard was born into slavery in 1760 in Philadelphia. When he was still a little boy, he and his family were sold to a man who owned a plantation in Dover, Delaware. It was rare for an entire family to be sold together. Richard felt fortunate because he loved his family very much. A short while later, however, Richard's good fortune changed. His mother, father, and three of his brothers and sisters were sold to another slave owner. This made young Richard very sad. He became extremely depressed. He couldn't understand why his people had to suffer so much under the cruel system of slavery. Richard turned to God for an answer. In the safety of a nearby forest, Richard learned to read and he studied the Bible. By the time he reached his teenage years, he knew that God there was neither black nor white. God loved all his people equally. So Richard decided he was going to dedicate himself to God and preach the word of God to others. One day, Richard convinced his master to let him and his brother hire themselves out so they could earn money to buy their freedom. After buying his freedom, Richard traveled throughout Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, preaching to blacks and whites. Richard continued to study the Bible and other books as he traveled. Soon, He made his way back to the city of Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, Richard Allen would make some of the most important contributions to the cause of Black Americans. In 1794, Richard established Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church, one of the country's first Black churches. Thus, he was called the father of the Black Church. In 1816, he was chosen to be bishop of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, one of the first national church groups he helped to organize. Richard was also elected president of the first Black convention in 1830. The convention drew Black leaders from many states and was held to discuss ways to abolish slavery and end discrimination. Some have also called Richard the country's first national Black leader. The Free African Society. Along with Absalom Jones, he organized the Free African Society, one of the first Black organizations established in the United States. Richard Allen founded a day school for Black children in Philadelphia and a night school for adults. This tireless freedom fighter dedicated his life to the struggle of freedom for Blacks. He was 71 years old when he died in 1831. Thank you for your time today and listening to this story about Richard Allen. Have a wonderful night.